Howdo! Today we're looking at the Dremel Multi-vise. I'm Chris, welcome to King Bespoke Creations. So, you need a vise. Is the Dremel vise any good? What features does it have? Well, let me show you. Take it out of the box and it basically comes in two big chunks, but there's a few more items to it than that. Take a look at this. It's just a clamp. It has a really tight grip. I cannot pull that apart, and there's a little button on the back that allows me to move it. So, like any other clamp, you can push that together and tighten the grip, and it holds fast into the middle of there. One push on the button and it releases again. So if you're just short of a clamp, another clamp in your workshop, well, you can grab this maybe off the vise and use it for that. This also has nice flat bottoms on it as well, so whatever it is you're clamping, whether that's for gluing purposes or maybe you're doing some pyrography on there and you just want it held still, it's just going to sit nicely on a flat surface, ready for you to go, with slightly grippy feet on the bottom of there to help you out as well. So we know we can just rest it on top of your bench, dining table, wherever, and it'll hold it together as a clamp. What if we actually want to use it as a bit more of a vise? Well, that's where this big base bit comes in. So it's really simple. As you would expect, this section just clamps onto the desk. Now once this is clamped on, it's the simple task of sliding this one off using the button, popping that into there, and then putting this end back on again. You can then slide this to wherever you want it to be, tighten that up, and it really is stuck in fast. Now these are really wide jaws that we've got on here, so this comes out to almost 8 inches. So when I'm working on a piece like this, as I'm working out to make almost like a chalice cup out of oak, in a normal vise you'd have to try and clamp sideways and that just wouldn't work. In this one you can get it all in that length, nudge it up at that end, give it a tighten, and it's done. Now notice this ball and socket joint at the bottom here. I can slacken that off and turn this to go in any direction I want, which makes it really helpful for me to get to different angles, especially when I come to do some carving on here, that I can reposition this to any direction I want. Now when we tighten this ball and socket up, it gives us a really decent clamp. Now obviously with this being a Dremel, it's got a little trick up its sleeve. So if we take this section off, it leaves us with this base unit, and it comes with this little circular ring. Now this is really useful. All we need to do is attach this ring into here, tighten it up, and then look how we attach your Dremel Multi-Tool onto there. Stick the little plastic nut on the end of here. We can tighten this up with the supplied spanner, and there you now have your freestanding Dremel. With your Dremel firmly attached, you can then use sanding, grinding, polishing, whatever tools you have to work on your piece, holding the piece instead of the Dremel, which sometimes is a massive benefit. And obviously with that ball and socket joint, that's all still movable to wherever you find is useful. So very quickly in a workshop you can run out of ways to hold a piece of work. Well, now you've got a whole bunch more with one of these.